Hi, everybody. So, my name is Savannah, also known as Pregnant and Paleo. And as you can tell from my name, I am pregnant. I am approximately 5 weeks and 5 or 6 days, give or take. So, I'm just coming up to that 6 week mark, and I couldn't be more excited. I'm really happy, nervous, sick. It's just all kinds of things rolled into one. And so I just wanted to take the time to be able to document my pregnancy, to be able to share my experiences with other people who might be pregnant or might be finding out that they're pregnant at some time during my pregnancy, and just offer support and friendship to other moms to be. So I'll just get started and say that this is my first pregnancy. I have never been pregnant before. I don't have any kids. And so this is all brand new to me and my fiance. It's all uncharted territory. And so when new things happen, I'm like always on the internet, on the baby form, searching, asking other people, asking what's going on, asking if it's normal. And so right now, it's just a really, really, weird time, I guess, because I haven't, it's not, I mean, it is real, but it's not real. I'm not growing, I'm not showing, and the only thing I have to show for it is moodiness, um, nausea, and things like that. I did take 4 pregnancy tests over the course of probably 2 or 3 days, and it was so cool to see the lines actually get darker. The test lines get darker. So I thought that was really cool. And then I went to the doctor to confirm the pregnancy, and it was confirmed. I haven't had an ultrasound yet. My first ultrasound is going to be on the 19th of this month. So almost 2 weeks away. So still quite a long wait. And I just want to get into that ultrasound room. I just want to see my baby's heartbeat, and I just want to be able to have my first picture of my baby. But I have to wait for that, and so I'm fine with waiting until the time comes. So I just kind of wanted to talk, I guess, about my symptoms. Probably before I took my pregnancy test, about a week and 2 days after my missed period. I have naturally irregular periods, anyways. Well, not naturally. My periods actually used to be regular, but I took the Depo shot. I took one shot of the Depo Provera shot, probably almost 2 years ago, and my periods are actually finally, the beginning of this year, we're finally starting to get a little more regular. And so I didn't really think anything of it when I missed my period date. I had been cramping up until that date, past that date, cramping like, my period was going to come at any time. The only thing was it never came. And so eventually I finally said, you know what, okay, it's time to test. Let's just get this out of the way, see if I'm pregnant, and take it from there. So I took the first test, and within literally seconds, it came back positive. And I was like, no way. Like, I was in shock. And so I took another test, like, immediately afterwards. And I actually, like, had to go out and drink some water or whatever. And then when I had to go to the bathroom again, I took another test, immediately positive. And I was like, okay, let me take another test in the morning just to make sure. And this was a Friday night when I found out. And so I took another test Saturday morning, and it was immediately positive once again. And so I decided that I would call my doctor on that following Monday, and schedule an appointment for my first ultrasound, or whatever the appointment was going to be for. So Monday morning, I had one more test. We had bought 2 of those first response tests, and they have 2 in each box. And so I figured, why not use it? Like, this thing will probably expire before I ever need it. So why not, it's a few days later, just take it, be sure, and then call your doctor. So I used my first morning urine, woke up that morning, went to the bathroom, and it was actually kind of scary because, okay, so I took the test, and I don't have the test with me, but I took the test, and so I looked, and the first line was super, super, super dark, and the second line was super, super faint, and I was like, oh my God, like, what is happening? Is the baby gone? Like, what's going on? And then, stupid me, I realized I was reading the test wrong, and the first test is actually the test line, and it was actually so dark. My HCG, the hormone in your body that your body produces when you're pregnant, my HCG was so high because I was so far past my period by this point, and this was a first response test, that it was actually taking dye from the control line because my HCG was so high. So that was a relief. And then the next day I actually went and had it confirmed that I was pregnant. And then, like I said, my first ultrasound is going to be on the 19th. So the only symptoms that I had leading up to me taking the pregnancy test was a little bit of fatigue. I had been suffering in the days and the weeks prior. I had been suffering a little bit from some heartburn and a little bit of nausea, but it wasn't in the morning. It was at random times of the day, mostly getting closer to night, surprisingly. And so I didn't think anything of it. I figured I was getting sick or whatever. I didn't think anything of it pregnancy wise, but those were the only symptoms. And now coming up to 6 weeks pregnant, I have to say that my symptoms are, a lot more noticeable now. I am exhausted all the time. It is right now like almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm still in my pajamas, and I could really use a nap right now. I am tired all the time. Like, I could probably literally sleep like 24 hours straight and still be tired. I am just always tired. Another thing is that breast tenderness is extreme. Really, really, they are really, really tender. Let's see, what else do I have? I have had some nausea. I've noticed that eating tends to help with that. I've noticed, nausea when I haven't eaten for a while. Also, if I get too hot, I live in South Carolina, so if I'm outside for too long and I get too hot, I will become nauseated. I've also noticed that I don't feel well if I have a big meal. I don't feel well afterwards. So it's easier for me to have a few, 5 or 6 small meals during the day rather than 3 huge meals, and I would get heartburn afterwards and everything like that. So those are the symptoms that I've noticed. Another thing that a lot of women on the baby boards that I've noticed, and myself included, is that randomly your symptoms will just disappear. Like, you might wake up one day and just feel amazing and feel like you're not even pregnant anymore. And that is when a lot of women, myself included, tend to get a little worried, like, what's going on? Am I going to have a miscarriage? Is something wrong with the baby? And you kind of just have to put those thoughts aside. You really do. And I know it's easier said than done. Trust me, I am in the same position as you. But you really... symptoms coming and going is completely normal. The only things that you really need to watch out for are severe cramps. By severe, I mean severe. Like, you're gonna know. Like, I get cramps, and they're pretty much really, really similar to menstrual cramps. And my doctor said that's completely normal. It's actually your uterus stretching. So it's completely normal. The major things that you need to look out for are, like severe cramping, bleeding, even spotting is normal, which I haven't had any type of spotting, but I have read that spotting is completely normal. Also excessive discharge, which I didn't notice that until today. Like, I had no idea that you had more discharge, but yeah, so today, not to get too TMI, but I felt like really wet. Like I had almost peed myself. And the first thing I thought was, oh my God, I'm bleeding. And so I ran to the bathroom, and it was discharge. It was clear, sticky discharge, like mucus. And that is also completely normal. Nothing to worry about. Your body is going through a lot of changes, and so you're going to notice a lot of weird things going on with your body. But it's really exciting. I have been emotional at times. But it's just fun and nerve-wracking at the same time, I guess. I think it's normal to worry, especially, I was going to say especially in your first trimester, but I just feel like it's normal to worry because you're a mom. So, yeah, 5 weeks and 5 or 6 days pregnant, and I am super excited. I cannot wait for my appointment to be able to actually see my baby on the screen and hear the heartbeat, and just I feel like it'll make it way more real, because right now all I have to go off of is how I feel and 2 little lines on a test. So I hope that you guys join me on my pregnancy journey, and make it all the way to the end with me to see the end result of this adorable little cutie growing in my belly. And I wish you guys all the best in your pregnancies. I wish you a very happy, a very healthy pregnancy, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.